Of a gas thief. Turn around, sir.
I paid for my gas. You're making a mistake, officer.
I said turn around. Don't make this harder than it needs to be.
I'm a Navy SEAL. You don't want to
I don't care if you're the damn president. You're being...
You fit the description of a gas thief. Turn around, sir. The command cut through the humid night like a blade. I paid for my gas, the man replied calmly. You're making a mistake. I said turn around. The officer snapped. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. I'm a Navy SEAL. I don't care if you're the damn president, the officer said coldly. You're being detained. The gas pump hummed steadily in the thick August heat as Darnell Creed stood at pump number 4 of the Sunoco station off Highway 9 in Beaumont, South Carolina. It was 9:47 p.m. on a Tuesday night, the kind of southern evening where the air clings to your skin and fluorescent lights draw clouds of insects into slow, ghost-like spirals against the dark sky. Darnell had stopped for gas on his way home. Nothing more. He was driving a matte black Dodge Charger, paid in full, registered in his name, earned through a career most people couldn't endure for a single day. He wore gym shorts and a faded gray T-shirt. No jewelry, no flash, just a man refueling his car. Inside the convenience store, Officer Troy Engram watched him through the glass. Engram was 41 years old, still in full uniform after a 12-hour shift with the Beaumont County Sheriff's Department. He stood at the coffee station pouring his third cup into a styrofoam lid, exhaustion sitting just beneath his irritation. When his eyes landed on Darnell, his posture changed. A muscular black man, an expensive car, calm, unbothered. In Engram's mind, the math didn't add up. The car was too nice. The man was too relaxed. Something felt wrong. Not because anything was actually wrong, but because Engram had spent 16 years deciding that black men in nice cars were problems waiting to be confirmed. What Engram didn't know was that Darnell Creed was an active-duty Navy SEAL with 4 combat deployments and a Bronze Star with Valor. What he also didn't know was that 8 security cameras, recording in crystal-clear 4K with full audio, were capturing every second of what was about to become the worst mistake of his life. Engram had joined the department at 25. He rose to patrol sergeant after 9 years, then was quietly demoted following an internal investigation where a black teenager alleged Engram had slammed him against a cruiser during a traffic stop. The case went nowhere. Engram's body camera had malfunctioned. Over 16 years, 9 civilian complaints followed, 7 from black residents. Excessive force, illegal searches, racial slurs spoken softly enough to deny later, fabricated charges against anyone who questioned him. Every complaint reviewed and dismissed by Internal Affairs, overseen by Sergeant Dale Fenton, Engram's former patrol partner and best man at his wedding. 2 civil lawsuits had been settled quietly, sealed, no admission of wrongdoing. Engram never missed a shift, never paid a dollar. He coached Little League, taught Sunday school, and the system told him, again and again, that he could do whatever he wanted. So when he set down his coffee and pushed through the glass door, his shoulders squared and jaw tightened. Every step toward Pump 4 was already decided. The exterior camera captured his approach, deliberate, aggressive, his right hand drifting toward the Glock on his hip. He stopped 6 feet from Darnell, positioning himself between the car and the pump, blocking any easy exit. "This your car?" Darnell looked up from his phone, nozzle still in his hand, fuel flowing. Years of training activated instantly. Assess. Remain calm. Control the encounter. "Yes, sir. It's mine." "Where did you get it?" "I bought it." "Where do you work?" "How can you afford it?" "Is the vehicle stolen?" Each question carried more accusation than the last. Darnell answered patiently, never raising his voice, carefully documenting every word the way he would in a combat debrief. He stated clearly that he was a customer, pumping gas, and had committed no crime. Engram didn't care. Witnesses began to notice. A white couple at the next pump stopped what they were doing. Inside the store, a nursing student turned toward the window. A retired postal worker watched from his truck, silent and tense. Behind the counter, the clerk quietly began backing up the footage to a secondary drive. "Let me see some ID." Darnell announced every movement before making it. "I'm reaching into my back pocket. My hands are visible. I'm moving slowly." He handed over his license. It was valid, local, Clean. Engram studied it far longer than necessary, searching for justification. Finding none, he escalated. Put your hands on the vehicle. What crime am I being detained for, officer? No answer, just louder commands. Darnell complied, stating clearly that he did not consent to any search. That didn't matter. Engram slammed his face into the hot metal of the Charger, kicked his legs apart, emptied his pockets onto the concrete, and popped the trunk without consent. Gym clothes, boots, nothing illegal, nothing at all. Then Engram leaned in close, his voice low and venomous, recorded with devastating clarity. People like you don't belong in this neighborhood after dark. Darnell's reply was quiet and fatal to Engram's future. I've served 4 combat tours. I have a Bronze Star. I've bled for this country. And you're telling me I don't belong at a gas station. For 2 seconds, Engram froze. Then he snapped. He grabbed Darnell by the neck and drove him face first into the concrete. The impact echoed. Blood spread beneath fluorescent lights. A knee pinned Darnell's back as contradictory commands were screamed. Handcuffs bit into flesh. Phones recorded. People shouted. History repeated itself. Except this time, the cameras never looked away. 11 minutes later, backup arrived. Engram lied. Witnesses contradicted him. Footage told the truth. 9 days later, Engram was arrested. The trial was devastating. The footage was undeniable. The verdict was guilty on all counts. 7 years in federal prison. Badge revoked forever. A $4.7 million civil settlement. Sweeping reforms mandated. Careers ended. Lives changed. And all because one officer thought a black man in a nice car didn't belong. The cameras disagreed.